Sales research tool. This is a dashboard that I developed using Tippecanoe County sales data, combining it with data from our parcel layer parcel information. So we took information from our CAM system and linked it to the sales data. I have some calculating columns that show things such as the price per acre or the price per square foot, using the improvements and dividing it by the sale prices, so that we can see these on a real quick snapshot. This is just a sort of a wide open GIS application as far as data goes. It is unfiltered, so the users would need to apply filters if they have minimum sale prices, or if they're looking for particular property types, or want to exclude parcels that may not have been considered valid sales. That's up to the user to do. This is just raw numbers, but we do use it. Again, it's very effective in trying to describe the market trends to taxpayers when they have questions about why their assessments went up. Here you can see that as we move around the map, this map is nice to also mention when we're out from it. There's just sort of a heat map that takes place that kind of shows where a lot of the sale activity is happening. It's a lot of data to chug through, so sometimes it's a little bit slower if we're not on a fast enough connection. But just going around the map here as it's loading, you can see out here that this shows the property classes that are represented. Here, you can look up the individual property class codes and what do they mean. As we move around, we have also the same kinds of things we saw on other map layers. We have school districts, school facilities, other things that we think might affect the market value. Okay, caught back up with us there. Sorry about that. Things got a little bit slow. Okay, so taking a look at this tool, going further, what we could do is I could look at filters. So here I have some more quick filters. If somebody just wants to look at residential land or farms, they can go ahead and apply those if they're interested in limiting the sale date. We generally put about 3 years of sales up here, but if they just want the last year or last 6 months or something, they can do those filters here. Here, if we wanted to do something real quick, just single family homes, just click that, and now we're only dealing with our single family data. Here we have our layer list. Down here is a chart that shows us the difference in sales to our assessments, so that we can see where there may be spikes that we want to explain as to what is the affecting the sale price, or why there's such a disparity or change between how we had it assessed and where the property sold at. So we can see that through the chart here, and pull up so much of that data as we want to, just to kind of help us understand if we're hitting our targets, how close we are to our ratios, our sales ratios, how close together they are in the various neighborhoods. And again, as we move around the map, we're going to see these items changing below, with giving us kind of just a quick look see on the average sale price in that neighborhood. So we can see just real quickly in this area, we're looking at about $215 maybe, and a price per square foot of about $112, which seems to make sense for us. And there are other tools here especially for people who are interested in data extracts. The data tool at the bottom, we can see our 2022, 2021 sales, vacant land sales, and sales point map. We do allow the general public and internal users to export this data. We have removed names of taxpayers, so that there is some anonymity to the sales, and if they want to research ownership, they can do that on other sites if it's available. Here, under options, we can see that we can export the data we select to CSV. So this is what we have here: 155 features on the map, or however we might select it. We have tools for selection, so that if I would like to only mail, say, address a certain area of properties, and I just want the information on that, we can see that those are what's selected. We can get in here and take a look at our options. We can again export, run some statistics on the data. If we wanted to take a look at the sales amounts, just to see, it gives us sort of our highs and lows. our average and our standard deviation real quickly. Really great research tool. Users can also select different base maps if they're wanting to see the aerial imagery. On the map itself, it links out to, we have links to our Eagle View imagery, back to our partner Beacon that provides our local government information model and document service, our notices of assessment, our property record records, on the sale information itself. Down into one of our sales. We can start to see the sale prices as they may be in the neighborhood. They're highlighted. Some of the information is a map layer. Some other comes in from our a point file. The point file is what contains the parcel information for the filters and to feed the charts. Again, this is just something I built in-house using the widgets in ArcGIS Online, which is pretty much just drag and drop. So working with existing data sets and software with Microsoft Access and our CAMA system, just to go ahead and dump this data out. In other systems where there were more advanced central GIS personnel, this information could easily directly be tied to central servers. In our county, for our work with ArcGIS Online, we generally tie the information to REST services provided by Schneider Corporation Beacon, or creating this data and exporting it from our CAMA system or other access databases and spreadsheets that the assessors use on a day-to-day basis. So that is how we handle this in our county as far as sales go. I'm going to jump over to our gross rent approach. So in Indiana, we can assess properties based on the market sale price, or also we can look at the income approach. And for our smaller rental properties, we tend to use a gross rent multiplier. And here we will study the rents versus the sale prices. And this application was updated, maintained, and being sort of reinvented by Aaron Zernak in our office. He is also a presenter at various GIS conferences around the country, showing the work that he's doing for the Tippecanoe County Assessor's Office in regard to maintaining a gross rent multiplier dashboard and how that works. So here we can see, take a look at what he has. He has got this application set up so that we can see the average GRM, what the average sale price has been for these small multifamily rentals. We can check those per year if we want to get more specific to what they're going to be here in 2023. You just take those data points. What's nice about this database, well, also you can sort by duplex or single family home or various locations if we just want to focus in the downtown area. And he has a real nice piece here that shows, again, the types of GRMs collected, looks like per year. You can filter these by date. The monthly basic monthly rent per bed is what we're showing here. And then this is the average gross rent multiplier that would be calculated for those areas. I have some other charts down here. It looks like we can see individual properties where rent data has been collected. Now, this data is collected on a map. We have people in the office that are going out and looking at websites that advertise local rentals. And so they're just trying to update as much information as they can from our local landlord and property management companies' own websites and listings. And so we collect that information so that we can understand what the local rents are. Some people in our community have even said that they use this just to see if they're getting a good deal on the rent where they're at. Someone who may not be a property taxpayer, but is just a renter thinking about moving can jump on a tool like this, and they can go and they can see, so the area that they're going to, they can see if that is a higher rent area, and you can see how it changes per bed just as we move around the county. And so in this function, we are using this to defend appeal values, to defend assessment values. but also provides a double function for taxpayers that are just sort of wondering, what is the going rate in this area. So we're helping them by doing that research in mass, and also helping ourselves by giving us some good sound good sound data and research environment to be able to make decisions about assessments for small rental properties. And that's the gross rent multiplier tool. And if you haven't seen Aaron Zernak's work or presentation on this tool and others, make sure you check him out at some of these upcoming conferences.